Anytime we get a brand new Magic the Gathering set, the question is, well, when should we buy it? How should we spend our hard-earned money to get the most bang for our buck? Meaning, what's the price going to be like when this thing finally comes out? And Duskmourn is no exception, and in fact, this is going to be a highly anticipated and sought-after Magic the Gathering product, which doesn't always mean what it used to. But I do want to have a discussion today about the secondary market price of Duskmourn and what I think is going to happen to the price of the box and how much we should be paying, or how much we will be paying, for Duskmourn upon its release. To temper any crazy expectations of running to the comment section and yelling at me or reporting for unsolicited financial advice, I will go ahead and tell you that nothing I'm about to say is financial advice. I am a guy in his basement who makes YouTube videos about trading card games that, looking at all the shelves around me, I have way too many of. But Duskmourn is definitely going to be hype, and the price of a product on the secondary market, well, even if you don't love the idea of people buying and selling and making money on Magic the Gathering, it's going to matter. These things matter in the long term because they affect both card prices and a lot of our emotional attachment to the product, which, yeah, makes a difference in the long run. So this is something that applies to everybody. If you like it here, you like conversations like this, make sure you hit the sub button, because for small channels like mine, one click of that button or the like button or the share button, whatever it might be, does a ton, and frankly, I really appreciate it. But Duskmourn right now in the secondary market is selling for a really stable price. And yes, I know these are way too early pre-order prices. I'm not saying that these are indicative of the whole market or your local game store, but hey, the price is the price. And on TCG Player, $142 out the door gets you a play booster box, while around $228 to $230 gets you a collector booster of the newest release. Now, in this video, we are not going to talk about the Nightmare Bundle. We did a video on that earlier this week, and we will make sure to do more videos on that because I've got a lot of complete bundle comparisons to get done because, man, I really love that product. But when we talk about the core products of Duskmourn, the play booster and the collector booster box, well, I think we're in for a surprise. We have lived in an ecosystem where Magic the Gathering product has, well, it's just tanked upon pre-release. Looking as recently as Karlov Manor, we saw boxes go on sale. Shout out to, I don't remember who the seller was, but the massive sale on TCG Player where they were sold for $119 for play booster boxes. Everyone thought that torched the market, and then before we knew it, they were $98 on TCG Player. Well, frankly, it was just a bad set. But for the most part, Magic the Gathering products have come out and they've dropped in price. Well, until recently. More recent Magic the Gathering sets, especially most of the standard Magic the Gathering releases, and big standard's a big topic here, have come out and actually maintained a very steady price. We see play boosters for all of the recent sets fluctuating between that 120 to 140 butter zone, and going back to the great old days of draft boosters and set boosters with the Wilds of Eldraine and Lost Caverns of Ixalan, we see similarities when it comes to price consistency. Now, we gather all that data, we store it in the vault, and we use it to make our analysis. You can find it at cardboardfinance.com. That is supported by all the channel members here, so if you want to support that project, make sure you click below. It's only like $5. But this is going to be a turning point for Magic the Gathering. And no, not a turning the ship back around, but maybe a realization that Magic sets aren't nearly as volatile at this moment, at the time of the recording of this video, as they once were. And we finally live in a world that, well, I think it's safe to say it's my favorite world to live in, where good products sell well and command a better price point, and bad products don't and are cheap. Listen, Magic is evaluated on a set-by-set basis, not only by what is in the box, what is collectible, but also how good is the set? Do we want to play the cards? Do we want to sit down with our friends and have the experience of gameplay, of the Commander experience, of the limited experience, and yeah, even putting cards in standard decks? Standard is actually making waves. Have you looked at Urbrask's Forge in the last 3 months? The thing is pumping right now. I say all that to say, I think Duskmourn is going to be wildly stable. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to sit at the 142/230 for the play booster, collector booster, respectively. No, I do think we see some fluctuation. And actually, a prediction here is I think we get a pretty big sale on a platform like TCG Player. Look, I know everyone's local game store has their price, and I, of course, advocate for you supporting your local game store. If you don't have one, you can support mine at minmaxgames.com. They're good friends of mine, and they're the store where I choose to buy all my products because, well, my pre-orders are locked in, the price is locked in, I never get hosed or jerked around. When I buy something there, I get it at the price I paid for it, and it's delivered right to me. It's my experience, and it's the one that I prefer. But when it comes to the price of these products on a public open market like TCG Player, I bet we see a pretty big sale come through, and these could be play boosters. You could convince me they're as cheap as $119 real quick for a split second. But I do believe that will go quickly. And listen, for everything you might have to say about the play booster, it has taken. The community does seem to be enjoying it. Now, if you're against that, you can definitely let me know in the comment section below. But I do believe the play booster is working. Consolidating all of us players around one product, around the same campfire, if you will, has been a positive. And yes, I wish they were not $140, $250. I do not want to spend that much money for a play booster box of Magic the Gathering cards. Before you get in the comment section and yell at me for being a Wizards of the Coast shill, I think it's too expensive, but there's nothing I can do about that. And I've already made YouTube videos saying play boosters are expensive, and there's a million more out there, so that's not this video. All in all, I do think the play booster is going to stabilize after a sale back up to the around $130, $140 price point. Now, this is financial advice. That's just my prediction based on trends of similar products. And we also have an additional sprinkle, an additional additive. I actually think something fell off my hand. I think I'm playing with a chair there. I have some information about a set very much like Duskmourn that sold well in a much worse market and maintained sales longer than other sets had because of, well, a bundle like the Nightmare Bundle. That's right, Phyrexia All Will Be One was a product that upon release was fine. It was a staple product. It was good, especially for its time. But the idea that the complete bundle came out after the release of the product, much like the Nightmare Bundle does, kept us fans engaged. It kept us wanting more. It gave us something to look forward to that wasn't the next set. That wasn't, I don't want to play with you anymore, Andy's toys, and I'm on to the new thing. No, it was an addition to the existing set, and it helped us remain excited about the product that we were currently playing with. And a good Magic set will do that anyway. An example would be Bloomborough. It's just a fantastic product. I do believe that that set's going to maintain its value in the long term, and it doesn't need something like the Nightmare Bundle. But the Nightmare Bundle and an additional product that we're actually excited about, if it's a product we're not excited about, it does nothing. See March of the Machine Aftermath. But if we are excited about the product, it does help us stay engaged, and an engaged fan base is a fan base that spends more money and is more interested in the product. Therefore, we go out and we buy more, we play more, we build more, and because of this, we spend more. For all these reasons, I think the play booster is going to be relatively stable. You could convince me of a world where the collector booster actually drops in price. Now, the collector booster currently around $230 is kind of the unknown here. For those who don't know, you can get a collector pack as part of your, I think it's a box, buy a box promo is like a collector pack, as well as a Halloween event. They're sending collector packs, and there's been rumors those might be Duskmourn packs. All in all, there's going to be a lot of Duskmourn individual collector packs going around, and that can go one of two ways. It can give people the juice, the excitement, the little bit of first taste that they need to then buy the collector box, or it can satiate the need for something shiny and collectible and make you realize, maybe I really don't need to go to my game store and spend $240 on this product. It's just not for me. I could see a world where it satiates the urge, it scratches the itch, but all in all, we don't really take to the idea that we need the collector booster box after getting a little bit of a taste of the pack. And because of that, I think the boxes might be a little bit harder to sell right off the bat. I do predict, again, none of this is financial advice. You can come back to this video after the release and tell me I'm right, I'm wrong, or you can just tell me that I'm ugly. I really don't mind. You can just tell me I believe that the price is going to be probably around the $212 to $220 box value, which is not a crazy drop. I don't think that's unheard of. I don't think that's insane, but I think that is a stable price, and I think that's what we'll be paying. Now, we're going to another video about Duskmourn Commander. I think Commander is something that helps move the needle for Magic the Gathering sets, and Wizards of the Coast is monetizing Commander in a whole new way recently. In fact, it was kind of subtle. It happened under the radar. These little changes here that is helping them monetize Commander in a way that we hadn't seen recently. I'm really excited for that video. That's going to be a conversation I love to have as someone who's, I don't hate Commander. I appreciate it for what it is. I think there are better ways to play Magic. That's my fan. I know I'm going to get some hate for that one, but all in all, I think Duskmourn is going to be relatively stable. The play booster, I think, is going to be the surprise here, and the collector, maybe a bit of a downtick, getting a little bit cheaper closer to release. But hey, I always want to know what you think. I try to respond to as many comments as I can in the comment section. So if you have thoughts on the price of Duskmourn, let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I appreciate each and every one of you that took the time to watch this video. And hey, if you made it to the end, you're the big winner. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you all know me. My name is Josh, and we'll see you around. All right, goodbye.